and good morning, everyone. Let me start the story with two gentlemen. One, Mr. Mohan. Mr. Mohan was an active distributor, building business passionately. But one fine morning, we started missing Mohan. He stopped attending programs, not lifting the phone calls, no clue about this man. Finally, his upline, Mr. Harish, decided to visit Mr. Mohan. He went to Mohan's house. We could see him sitting in front of a fireplace, all alone, idle, no energy, no excitement. This guy, Mohan, was never like this before. Harish got shocked. That's why even Harish was unable to even initiate a conversation. Unable to initiate even a conversation. Just a second, I'm trying to click a gallery view. Host, how can I have the gallery view?
1 minute. Is it okay?
Just a sec. My button is not pressing. Right top, yeah. View 1 second. The gallery. Yes, thank you. All right, yeah. Thank you. So, this gentleman was little skeptical. It's like whether should I initiate the conversation, how my friend will take it up. Like that, he was just in a pause mode for a few minutes. Then finally, Harish thought one fireworks was there. He was sitting in front of a fireplace, and the fireplace. He went to the fireplace. A fireplace means there are so many firewoods burning. He identified the brightest one, the one which is burning the most, which was in the center. He just pulled it and made the other one separated. It naturally got separated when it got pulled, the core one, and kept it aside. And Harish returned to the seat. Mohan was observing this, and he was a little stunned without talking anything. He only smiled me, sitting in front of me. After a few minutes, he went and pulled one firewood. After some time, slowly, the fire got settled, and there was nothing left in it. He could make out that Mohan was in a deep thinking. Then after a few minutes, again, Harish went back to the fireplace and put the old one back. And he blew into it. Again, it started burning nicely. And he said, "Shall we call it a day, my friend?" Then Mohan came and hugged Harish and told, "Thank you so much for such a wonderful lesson." And after that, he is back to business with double fire and power. So hope you got the moral of the story. And the point here is building people with a specific culture. The culture sets an example. The culture sets the organization. When you look for what is our major complaint, our major complaint is what to do. My team is not like me. If everybody is like me, you just imagine for a second, if everybody is like you, if everybody is active like you, what would have been the fate of your organization? You will be hurting an amazing organization, a large organization. Juice will be flowing like river of Ganga. or Niagara waterfalls. How do we get it? Answer is, we used to say, my team is getting disturbed, team is going like that, team is going this. When I call team to the left side, team go to the right side. Why it's all happening? It's all happening because you need like-minded people in your organization. You need like-minded people in your organization. How do you get the like-minded people in your organization? The only way is setting the right culture in your organization. Setting the right culture in your organization. In the story, we identified the core firewood, when it is removed, the fire is gone. The fire is gone. So, here, who is the core firewood? You are the core firewood. You are the core firewood out here. So, building a culture is a very long-term task. It is not a short-term task. Building a culture is a very long-term task. But the competition cannot duplicate it. The competition cannot duplicate it. Competition can duplicate so many things. They may be able to duplicate your compensation plan. They may be able to duplicate your product. But end of the day, duplicate is duplicate. But the culture cannot be duplicated at all. Culture cannot be duplicated at all. So, once your associate is immersed with a culture, it is very difficult for him to disassociate with that. Sometimes people may get misguided. They may be taken away from you. But I have seen even diamond is coming back to the organization. Because once they move out, they will realize they are already immersed with one culture. They cannot go and get settled with another culture. Number one. Number two, they cannot break away from this culture for long. They will really feel the pinch of missing something valuable. So another friend is writing exactly, Umar Farooq. He was also another example. He got disassociated, but he came back. He said, I can't leave this culture. And I'm missing this culture outside. Great to see you back, Umar Farooq. Right. So the point is, you have to build a culture. That culture will keep your organization intact. But as I said, it is a very long-term task. But the benefit is culture will settle the attrition issue. Once the culture is set, the attrition rate will be very, very, very low. So what is the culture we are talking about? See, as you all know that we live in a modern world. In this modern world, our business is superbly integrated. Superbly integrated. So we need to develop certain multitasking abilities. Certain multitasking abilities. Because without multitasking abilities, in the modern world, we will not be able to survive. Some people say, I'm good at only in product training. No, it won't work like that. So it is superbly integrated. We need to develop a multitasking ability. So I would say at least certain areas, undoubtedly, number one, leadership. Leadership you cannot avoid because this business, end of the day, it's a leadership business. You cannot bang on someone else's leadership and grow in this business. It's your business. You have to build your leadership. It is so critical, number one. Number two, of course, health and wellness. You need to master in that domain. Third, yes, ours is a 21st century business. 21st century business requires 21st century education, 21st century education and 21st century business approach is digital, not physical. So, these three areas, wellness, health and wellness, digital and leadership, in these three areas, let me tell you, the culture sets from the top. Culture sets from the top. Jideshji, hope you agree with me. Culture sets from the top. Thank you. So, when the culture sets from the top, the point is we need to set the culture in these three areas of your business. What is your approach towards these three domains? That is very critical. See, first, let us talk a few things about leadership. What is leadership? Leadership is some people, they are very active, but they are doing alone. Doing alone is not leadership. Doing along, A-L-O-N-G, doing along is leadership. So, when you have leadership, then only we will be able to teach teamwork and competitiveness to our organization. When you look at mostly the people, they used to go for graduation, then they go for post-graduation. After post-graduation, they apply for a job. Once they get a job, the saddest thing is, again, the company has to train them for another 6 months or another 9 months in order to make them ready to work. Is it a really sad state of affairs? Exactly. So that is what the competitiveness. So we need to teach our people about the teamwork and competitiveness. When you study, you don't study the importance of teamwork. See, today's world, nobody can win by fighting alone. You have to be a part of an organization, or you should be able to work in a shared environment, in a team environment. That is very, very important. So that way, if you look at in a shared environment, in order to working in a team, work as a team, teamwork, we need to learn and we need to teach. Many are finding very difficult to get merged with a team. It's always I, but Viva, it is we. It should be always we. So, second is competitiveness. Competitiveness means what? You should be able to outperform your yesterday's you. A relentless effort to improve yourself day after day or week after week. So, competition with not anybody else. Look at the mirror. There is your competition. I repeat, look at your mirror. There is your competition. So, teamwork and competitiveness. See, leadership, there are so many things to talk about leadership. Since this is not about leadership, let me switch to the other domains. So, the point is, the culture sets from the top. You need to set a wonderful culture for your organization. Primarily in three areas: leadership, health and wellness, and digital. So when it comes to leadership, we discuss few points. So now, when it comes to health and wellness, what is the culture you need to set? People will look at you. You are running a health and wellness business. So they will look at you who you are. When they look at you who you are, if they get impressed, they will copy you, and that will set the culture of the entire organization. Sometimes you don't need to be a positive man. Sometimes you need to be a negative man in a different aspect. Still, if you are influential enough, people will be copying you. For example, Adolf Hitler. Many times I have quoted this Adolf Hitler. That doesn't mean I am a fan of Hitler. I am not. But there are few things we could learn from Adolf Hitler. We all know that today's world is set by Second World War. And who was the villain of the Second World War? Nobody else other than Adolf Hitler. He was the villain of Second World War. And Hitler was not a German. Hitler came to Germany from Austria and told Germans, Germans are the most superior people in the world. Why we have to surrender to the British or French or Russians? Wake up, Germans. And he gave some mesmerizing talks. He influenced Germans to the core. Finally, everybody in Germany started imitating Hitler. The way Hitler dressed up, the hairstyle of Hitler, and those days only radios. Every junction, the radios full time repeating Hitler's speeches. Every German started thinking, started talking, started walking like Hitler. A fake ideology, a fake motivator, but influenced an entire nation. And finally, it has resulted in the death of millions of people. So, the same way, in a positive manner, if you could motivate your associates, if you could influence your people, you will be wondering what kind of magic is going to happen. So the question is, are you an influencer? Are you able to influence your organization? The culture sets from the top. So you need to be an influencer. Then your teammates will become an influencer. So the entire organization will be like that. Because in order to build a grand organization, you alone being an influencer is not enough. The whole organization requires tens or hundreds or thousands of influencers in both the legs, both the organizations. If you're a black diamond and above, in unlimited number of organizations. That will ensure financial freedom. We know that we are not craving for money, but we have a craving for financial freedom. Do you agree with me? Yes. So, for that, you need to be an influencer. For the first and foremost, then you think, being a new person, I am a new distributor, somebody is coming and asking you, I just started Viva business. I'm not even a star distributor. How can I become an influencer? Or whom should I influence? Simple point. He has to influence his customers or his friends and relatives and neighbors within his society. He has to become an influencer there. How can I influence? I am an young boy or I am a housewife. Who will listen to me? Who will take me seriously? Answer to that is, there is one domain which everyone is concerned about, that is health. In a family gathering, after 2-3 minutes, you will be listening that somebody is complaining, oh, let me stand up, some back pain here. Did you notice that? That is the time our person come and score. Our distributor, the young new distributor, should stand up and say, I have a remedy for that. Uncle, do the stretching. Are you getting some relief? Oh, yes. Then others will start giving weightage to him. Then he will become the center of attraction there. So, health is a common topic. Once you cross your 20s, everybody will start talking, complaining about health. If you have some knowledge about health, simple points about the food habits, at least some basic diet. When I was meeting my principal, as you all know, that I was teaching in a law college every Saturday. There, one High Court judge came. We had a program one Saturday. Then they were talking some legal jargons, which was very tough for me to crack. I was keeping my mouth shut. In between, I noticed my principal is drinking water from the flask. Then the High Court judge was complaining about health. The principal said, "See, I am drinking always warm water, lukewarm water." Then I intervened. I got an opening. I said, "Sir, drinking warm water every time is not good." But Abhilash, somebody told me warm water is medicine. Yes, sir, warm water is medicine, but medicine we should not drink every time. Medicine should be once in a while. Early morning to have a good throat, yes, you can have. If you're looking for weight reduction, then you can. Otherwise, water contains nutrition. Sir, in a lukewarm water, a fish will not survive because there is no nutrition in it. That water is dead. So, the best water is little cold water, sir. If you are concerned about your health, that is the best water, sir. Not the lukewarm water, sir. Wow, it's a vital piece of information, Abhilash. Then the principal was introducing, hey, he is teaching here, but he is a healthcare entrepreneur. That is a way I could create an impression there. So that can be a starting point of influencing. So we have to prepare all our new distributors to become influencers, the health influencers, the wellness influencers. They need to see, today knowledge is available in YouTube, or buy a book, start reading it about health and wellness. Some nice tips. So in his society, in his circle, if he is a good influencer, if you set a culture, you want every distributor in your organization to become a health influencer to the extent possible. Big leaders, big influencers. They should appear in YouTube and they should influence society at large. A star 1000 level or a ruby level should start his own YouTube channel to influence people about health. Your own friends and relatives will get impressed with you, impressed with your knowledge. Slowly, slowly, the quality of your videos will improve. Your audience will become large. So you need to become a health and wellness influencer. Health and wellness should become a part of your lifestyle. I can proudly tell you, I am sitting right in front of you. After waking up early in the morning, finished half an hour in gym, and I'm sitting in front of you. You may be thinking, how come this man is so fresh in the morning? I have done my 30 minutes already. Then I came wearing this blazer. Yeah. So health should become a culture. Sachin Tendulkar beautifully said, from a sports loving nation, we have to integrate, or we have to upgrade to become a sports playing nation. The same way, we whites, from health evangelist, we should become health practitioners. So, if you and your team staying in the same area, take them out. Come on, gentlemen, get ready. Morning 5. Let's all go out for a 30 minutes of jogging. As Satya Nadella said, the first thing in the morning, not brushing the teeth. Did you notice I didn't brush in the teeth in the morning? Yeah, you didn't notice. I didn't brush in the morning. I have the habit of brushing at night. But morning, the first thing, as Satya Nadella said, put your jogging shoe and go for a run. Then come back, attend 1K with a blazer on top of it, as simple as that. So, culture, setting the culture is very important. Furthermore, the digital culture. So if you set the right health culture, in order to do that, let me give you one simple tip. That is, I got shocked by seeing one gentleman. His name is Raja Murthy. His name is Mr. Raja Murthy. Murthy means Bhagavan. Raja means king. Actually, he is really a combination of that. A star 1000 distributor. He has sold 950 products in 19 weeks. How many weeks? 19 weeks. Oh my God. We all should go to him and become his Shishyas. 950 products in 19 weeks. Average 50 products per week. That is 1250 PV per week. What a culture he set. If he could percolate down that culture with the 20 distributors on left, with the 20 distributors on right, his ID will be in 2.5 lakhs. 20 distributors like him on left, 20 distributors like him on right, ID will be in capping. How come he could do that? He could do that because he is a health worker. He is a health worker. He's applying a brilliant guy. He captured a health worker. So you don't need to teach him much in order to make him as a health influencer. He is a pharmacist. He is a pharmacist. There are so many pharmacists in this country. Go to any medical store, you will find a pharmacist. There are so many doctors, so many nurses, so many medical reps, so many lab technicians, so many dietitians. Easily you can make them influencers. 20 influencers on left, 20 on right. You are done. So, culture. So, which culture you are building? In order to liquidate 950 products, if you need 950 people, what culture you are setting? Rather, with one man, if you could do that, wonderful. Culture set from the top. So, make an additional effort to have the health workers in your organization. So, let me tell you one thing, since the time is running fast. See, even if you are, I'm telling you, since we are doing this business, let us do it wholeheartedly, passionately, and give our 100% to it. With a 99%, we cannot make it. With 101% only, we need to make it. Even if you're running a non-profit organization, a charitable trust, still you have to give your 100%. Otherwise, it is not going to work out. Even if you're not making any money out of it, once you agree to run a charitable organization, you will be losing money, you will not be gaining money. Still, you have to give your 100%, my dear friends. So, what is a critical culture? A critical culture is, the wonderful point here is, a most important culture. Digital culture, we will talk later. One important culture of leadership is the culture of speed. The culture of speed. See, speed is the essence and main difference between a small and a big organization. Even if you're a big organization, if the leader is moving slow, the team will also move slow. Because yatha raja tata praja. That is a culture. The team also will move slow. The big organization shortly will become a small organization. Whereas, if a small team moving fast, covering ground so fast, it will eventually become a large organization. So, speed is the essence and main difference between a successful and an unsuccessful organization. In order to do that, what we need to do is, in the leadership, you need to have a core group of 10 people, at least one person from one side, even 9 can be from other side, or 5, 5, 7, 3, whichever way it is. 10 people, core team. So small is beautiful. Small is effective. So that way you can make your command chain simpler. If you keep 10 people so close to you, and if you could percolate down your culture to those 10 people, and if you could implement everything through those 10 people, it will wonderfully go down to any great level, because everybody go with holding 10 leaders with them with that mindset. So that is very, very important. And let me tell you one thing, my dear friends, a leader should be really very alert. Leader should be really very alert. So you should not get any surprises from your organization. So you should be very vigilant. Who is active? Who is slightly becoming inactive? Who is emerging? Everything you should be able to capture. You should have an eagle eye in your entire organization. A good leader is always an alert leader. The culture of alertness, very important. So you will not have any surprises. And finally, how will you come to know you have become a leader? Not by getting a ruby pin, you will become a leader, or a diamond pin, you will become a leader. Let me tell you, the barometer of your leadership is nothing but, that's my final message. You will come to know you have become a leader once you realize you have got a sixth sense. You have got a sixth sense. In other language, gut feelings. Sixth sense or gut feelings. That is called the sign of leadership, or you will come to know you have become a leader. You will get some, what do you call? Something will be coming up in your mind. In situations, automatically your antenna will be up. It will be capturing something, processing something, and telling you, Abhilash, that is one area you need to get involved. This is what is missing, Abhilash. Abhilash, that is vulnerable, Abhilash. That is the time you will come to know you have become a leader. So, give your 101%. That is the only way you can become a leader. Anthony Roy, spark. Yeah, some spark will come. That is a key. Even if you don't give 101%, you will not get the sixth sense. Unless and until you get the sixth sense, you will not become a leader. Unless and until you become a leader, you cannot get financial freedom. Till then, my good friends, my best wishes are there with your efforts.